Đầu tiên là họ trẻ, và thứ hai, họ cũng không quá chất lượng. Vì thế, ngay ở thời điểm hiện tại, tôi không thể kể ra một vài cái tên nổi bật của đội bóng hay sẽ chơi như thế nào. Chúng tôi khá yếu, vì thế chúng tôi sẽ chuẩn bị dần dần, kỹ thuật và chiến thuật. Các cầu thủ cần phải cải thiện kỹ năng chơi bóng, đó là điều cốt lõi, và sau đó chúng tôi mới có thể cải thiện nhiều hơn. Chúng tôi tới ASIAD lần này với hy vọng tích lũy kinh nghiệm là chính.
Những cầu thủ đáng chú ý nhất của Olympic Pakistan có thể kể đến tiền đạo Saddam Hussein, đội trưởng và là một trong hai cầu thủ đang thi đấu tại nước ngoài. Người còn lại là thủ môn Shakib Hanif.
Cách đây một tháng thì ban huấn luyện của Olympic Việt Nam mới nhận được những tài liệu liên quan tới đối thủ này, và huấn luyện viên Park Hang-seo thì cũng đã có những đánh giá tổng quan về đối thủ, và quan trọng hơn thì ông luôn thực hiện đúng triết lý của mình, đó là chuẩn bị cho một chiến thắng.
Sau 3 năm mới được trở lại với đấu trường quốc tế, hẳn chúng ta có thể đánh giá được sự quyết tâm và nỗ lực của các cầu thủ Olympic Pakistan. Họ đã có 3 tuần tập huấn tại Bahrain, và kết quả của các trận đấu giao hữu là một trận thắng, một trận hòa và một trận thua. Đội bóng này thường thi đấu với sơ đồ 4-4-2 và các cầu thủ có chiều cao tốt, không ngại va chạm. Họ có 3 cầu thủ trên 23 tuổi và đang chơi bóng tại giải hạng 3 của Đan Mạch. Chúng tôi chưa có cơ hội kiểm chứng năng lực của họ, nhưng tôi đã cho các cầu thủ của mình xem băng hình về đội Olympic Pakistan để giúp các học trò có được cái nhìn tổng quan về đội bóng này. Mục tiêu của chúng ta không có gì khác ngoài chiến thắng. Trận đấu nào cũng phải cố gắng làm điều này để không làm người hâm mộ bóng đá Việt Nam phải thất vọng.
Mang đến các thông tin thể thao, xin mời biên tập viên Hoàng Cường. Anh Hoàng Cường này, hôm nay thì đội tuyển Olympic Việt Nam của chúng ta đã ra quân rồi, nhưng có vẻ là chúng ta chưa có những cái buổi tập đúng nghĩa tại Indonesia, đúng không ạ?
Vâng, đúng vậy chị Thu Hương, và không biết là có phải là vì thành tích Á quân của vòng chung kết U23 châu Á vừa rồi hay không mà ban tổ chức của ASIAD đã liên tục chơi khó đội tuyển Olympic Việt Nam khi bố trí cho chúng ta tập luyện ở những sân cách xa điểm đóng quân từ 50 tới 60 km, và thậm chí là cả những giờ tập vô cùng oái oăm. Sân đấu chính mà chiều nay chúng ta tranh tài thì các cầu thủ cũng chỉ được đến ngắm rồi đi về mà thôi.
Theo kế hoạch, một ngày sau khi đặt chân đến Indonesia, đội tuyển Olympic Việt Nam sẽ có buổi tập đầu tiên trên sân tập tiêu chuẩn do ban tổ chức sắp xếp, cách khách sạn 50 km. Tuy nhiên vào phút chót, ban tổ chức đổi lịch tập từ 18 sang 20 giờ do sân tập nằm trong khu quân sự phải xin phép. Điều này khiến ban huấn luyện quyết định hủy buổi tập trên sân được ban tổ chức bố trí để đảm bảo sức khỏe cho cầu thủ. Thay vào đó, toàn đội đã tập nhẹ tại một bãi đất trống nền xi măng gần khách sạn. Ngay sau sự cố này, ban huấn luyện đã cử người đi tìm giải pháp khác cho buổi tập cuối cùng. Và vào chiều qua, tức một ngày trước trận ra quân, đội tuyển Olympic Việt Nam vẫn chưa thể thực hiện được buổi tập thực sự nào vì những khó khăn về sân bãi. Có lẽ chưa bao giờ có một đội bóng nào dự ASIAD lại gặp khó khăn về tập luyện như đội tuyển Olympic Việt Nam.
Những khuôn mặt đầy tâm trạng của huấn luyện viên Park Hang-seo là điều dễ thấy kể từ khi đội tuyển Olympic Việt Nam đến Indonesia. Những buổi tập chắp vá ảnh hưởng rất nhiều tới tinh thần và cả những lắp ráp chiến thuật của toàn đội. Và hôm qua, đội tuyển Olympic Việt Nam cũng đã có một buổi tập tương đối trọn vẹn dù trên một sân tập bất đắc dĩ.
Chiều qua, huấn luyện viên Park Hang-seo quyết định hủy buổi tập trên sân do ban tổ chức bố trí cách khách sạn 50 km và mất 2 giờ di chuyển. Thay vào đó, đội tuyển Olympic Việt Nam tập ở sân đấu trong một khu công nghiệp ở Cikarang. Đây là sân đấu mà ban huấn luyện đã liên hệ từ trước. Các nhân viên ở đây rất thiện chí trong việc cải tạo mặt sân cho đội tuyển. Tuy nhiên, do mặt sân không đảm bảo điều kiện tập luyện, nên Olympic Việt Nam đã quyết định chuyển sang tập nhẹ trên một sân cỏ nhân tạo cạnh đó. Chỉ có các thủ môn là tập luyện trên sân cỏ tự nhiên. Về trận đấu chiều nay, huấn luyện viên Park Hang-seo bật mí đội sẽ chơi tấn công. Và đây có thể sẽ là những con người huấn luyện viên Park Hang-seo sử dụng trong sơ đồ 3-4-3 mà ông chia sẻ. Thủ môn Bùi Tiến Dũng, 3 trung vệ Duy Mạnh, Đình Trọng, Tiến Dũng, 2 hậu vệ biên Văn Thanh và Văn Hậu được đẩy lên chơi như các tiền vệ, sát cánh cùng Xuân Trường và Quang Hải. Hàng tiền đạo gồm đội trưởng Văn Quyết, Anh Đức và Công Phượng.
Sự chuẩn bị của Olympic Việt Nam có thể khiến nhiều cổ động viên lo lắng, và chúng ta cũng có thể lo hơn một chút nữa khi đối thủ chiều nay là Olympic Pakistan.
Dẫn dắt đội Olympic Pakistan lúc này là huấn luyện viên 52 tuổi người Brazil Jose Antonio Nogueira, một người giàu kinh nghiệm khi từng làm việc tại Brazil cũng như nhiều đội bóng châu Á. Trong lịch sử, Olympic Pakistan từng tham dự 3 kỳ ASIAD nhưng chưa bao giờ vượt qua được vòng bảng. Thành phần của các cầu thủ Pakistan dự giải năm nay hầu hết là những cầu thủ trẻ và họ cũng tỏ ra rất khiêm tốn về cơ hội đi tiếp tại bảng D.
Đầu tiên là họ trẻ và thứ hai, họ cũng không quá chất lượng. Vì thế, ngay ở thời điểm hiện tại, tôi không thể kể ra một vài cái tên nổi bật của đội bóng hay sẽ chơi như thế nào. Chúng tôi khá yếu, vì thế chúng tôi sẽ chuẩn bị dần dần, kỹ thuật và chiến thuật. Các cầu thủ cần phải cải thiện kỹ năng chơi bóng, đó là điều cốt lõi và sau đó chúng tôi mới có thể cải thiện nhiều hơn. Chúng tôi tới ASIAD lần này với hy vọng tích lũy kinh nghiệm là chính.
Những cầu thủ đáng chú ý nhất của Olympic Pakistan có thể kể đến tiền đạo Saddam Hussein, đội trưởng và là một trong hai cầu thủ đang thi đấu tại nước ngoài. Người còn lại là thủ môn Sakib Hanif.
Cách đây 1 tháng thì ban huấn luyện của Olympic Việt Nam mới nhận được những tài liệu liên quan tới đối thủ này và huấn luyện viên Park Hang-seo thì cũng đã có những đánh giá tổng quan về đối thủ và quan trọng hơn thì ông luôn thực hiện đúng triết lý của mình, đó là chuẩn bị cho một chiến thắng.
Sau 3 năm mới được trở lại với đấu trường quốc tế, hẳn chúng ta có thể đánh giá được sự quyết tâm và nỗ lực của các cầu thủ Olympic Pakistan. Họ đã có 3 tuần tập huấn tại Bahrain và kết quả của các trận đấu giao hữu là 1 trận thắng, 1 trận hòa và 1 trận thua. Đội bóng này thường thi đấu với sơ đồ 4-4-2 và các cầu thủ có chiều cao tốt, không ngại va chạm. Họ có 3 cầu thủ trên 23 tuổi và đang chơi bóng tại giải hạng 3 của Đan Mạch. Chúng tôi chưa có cơ hội kiểm chứng năng lực của họ. Nhưng tôi đã cho các cầu thủ của mình xem băng hình về đội Olympic Pakistan để giúp các học trò có được cái nhìn tổng quan về đội bóng này. Mục tiêu của chúng ta không có gì khác ngoài chiến thắng. Trận đấu nào cũng phải cố gắng làm điều này để không làm người hâm mộ bóng đá Việt Nam phải thất vọng.
Các thông tin thể thao, xin mời biên tập viên Hoàng Cường. Anh Hoàng Cường này, hôm nay thì đội tuyển Olympic Việt Nam của chúng ta đã ra quân rồi, nhưng có vẻ là chúng ta chưa có những cái buổi tập đúng nghĩa tại Indonesia đúng không ạ?
Vâng, đúng vậy chị Thu Hương. Chúng ta tập luyện ở những sân cách xa điểm đóng quân từ 50 tới 60 km và thậm chí là cả những giờ tập vô cùng oái oăm. Sân đấu chính mà chiều nay chúng ta tranh tài thì các cầu thủ cũng chỉ được đến ngắm rồi đi về mà thôi.
Theo kế hoạch, một ngày sau khi đặt chân đến Indonesia, đội tuyển Olympic Việt Nam sẽ có buổi tập đầu tiên trên sân tập tiêu chuẩn do ban tổ chức sắp xếp, cách khách sạn 50 km. Tuy nhiên vào phút chót, ban tổ chức đổi lịch tập từ 18 sang 20 giờ do sân tập nằm trong khu quân sự phải xin phép. Điều này khiến ban huấn luyện quyết định hủy buổi tập trên sân được ban tổ chức bố trí để đảm bảo sức khỏe cho cầu thủ. Thay vào đó, toàn đội đã tập nhẹ tại một bãi đất trống nền xi măng gần khách sạn. Ngay sau sự cố này, ban huấn luyện đã cử người đi tìm giải pháp khác cho buổi tập cuối cùng. Và vào chiều qua, tức một ngày trước trận ra quân, đội tuyển Olympic Việt Nam vẫn chưa thể thực hiện được buổi tập thực sự nào vì những khó khăn về sân bãi. Có lẽ chưa bao giờ có một đội bóng nào dự ASIAD lại gặp khó khăn về tập luyện như đội tuyển Olympic Việt Nam.
Những khuôn mặt đầy tâm trạng của huấn luyện viên Park Hang-seo là điều dễ thấy kể từ khi đội tuyển Olympic Việt Nam đến Indonesia. Những buổi tập chắp vá ảnh hưởng rất nhiều tới tinh thần và cả những lắp ráp chiến thuật của toàn đội. Và hôm qua, đội tuyển Olympic Việt Nam cũng đã có một buổi tập tương đối trọn vẹn dù trên một sân tập bất đắc dĩ.
Chiều qua, huấn luyện viên Park Hang-seo quyết định hủy buổi tập trên sân do ban tổ chức bố trí cách khách sạn 50 km. Và mất 2. Thay vào đó, đội tuyển Olympic Việt Nam tập ở sân đấu trong một khu công nghiệp ở Cikarang. Đây là sân đấu mà ban huấn luyện đã liên hệ từ trước. Các nhân viên ở đây rất thiện chí trong việc cải tạo mặt sân cho đội tuyển. Tuy nhiên, do mặt sân không đảm bảo điều kiện tập luyện, nên Olympic Việt Nam đã quyết định chuyển sang tập nhẹ trên một sân cỏ nhân tạo cạnh đó. Chỉ có các thủ môn là tập luyện trên sân cỏ tự nhiên. Về trận đấu chiều nay, huấn luyện viên Park Hang-seo bật mí đội sẽ chơi tấn công. Và đây có thể sẽ là những con người huấn luyện viên Park Hang-seo sử dụng trong sơ đồ 3-4-3 mà ông chia sẻ. Thủ môn Bùi Tiến Dũng, 3 trung vệ Duy Mạnh, Đình Trọng, Tiến Dũng, 2 hậu vệ biên Văn Thanh và Văn Hậu được đẩy lên chơi như các tiền vệ, sát cánh cùng Xuân Trường và Quang Hải.
Vâng, hello anh em.
Hàng tiền đạo gồm đội trưởng Văn Quyết, Anh Đức và Công Phượng.
Sự chuẩn bị của Olympic Việt Nam có thể khiến nhiều cổ động viên lo lắng và chúng ta cũng có thể lo hơn một chút nữa khi đối thủ chiều nay là Olympic Pakistan là một ẩn số rất thú vị bởi 3 năm qua Họ đã chẳng tham dự một giải đấu nào do án phạt từ FIFA và thông tin về đội bóng này cũng vô cùng ít ỏi.
Dẫn dắt đội Olympic Pakistan lúc này là huấn luyện viên 52 tuổi người Brazil Jose Antonio Nogueira, một người giàu kinh nghiệm khi từng làm việc tại Brazil cũng như nhiều đội bóng châu Á. Trong lịch sử, Olympic Pakistan từng tham dự 3 kỳ ASIAD nhưng chưa bao giờ vượt qua được vòng bảng. Thành phần của các cầu thủ Pakistan dự giải năm nay hầu hết là những cầu thủ trẻ và họ cũng tỏ ra rất khiêm tốn về cơ hội đi tiếp tại bảng D.
Đầu tiên là họ trẻ và thứ hai, họ cũng không quá chất lượng. Vì thế, ngay ở thời điểm hiện tại, tôi không thể kể ra một vài cái tên nổi bật của đội bóng hay sẽ chơi như thế nào. Chúng tôi khá yếu, vì thế chúng tôi sẽ chuẩn bị dần dần, kỹ thuật.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the anthem of People's Republic of China. And now, the anthem of Chinese Taipei Olympic Committee.
direct in that final third, but so the group can be very open. I mean, if Hong Kong could pick up 3 points today, Palestine playing Indonesia later, certainly put pressure on those two countries. But I think for me, just the way that Chinese Taipei, first 15 minutes going to be absolutely crucial. They gave away a lot of chances against Indonesia, and they also gave away a lot of chances against Palestine. Very, very open at the back. The one ball over the top is the one that really hurts them, but also out wide as well, making good areas.
He's fleet of foot, all right. It was a decent little ball played in by Chen. Really important for Chinese Taipei not to concede the first goal there. Morale must be a little bit low after losing 4-0 to the hosts. A great crowd watching Indonesia, by the way. It's a shame that they're not turning out in numbers for all the other matches.
Yeah, it is a shame. So it's difficult for the players as well to acclimatise to playing in front of a lesser stadium of people. But they held in against Palestine and they managed to come away with a draw. They're similar really against Indonesia as well. And once that first goal went in, they kind of lost their heads a little bit and lost their concentration, and fatigue came in and Indonesia ran away. But in terms of level, they probably feel they have a good chance today.
Hong Kong have played a lot of matches in the Asian Games over the years, 30 in all. I think the quarter-finalists way back in 1958 when they were beaten 5-2 by India. And then, of course, that was in the days when they used to play the full-age side. Then they switched to under-23s, and they've played 15 matches since then and won 7 of those games, scoring 21 goals. So they generally can find the way to the net. Just over 2 minutes played here. No great alarm at either end so far. One thing I've noticed, I think we've seen some eccentric goalkeeping. Is it fair to say that?
Yeah, there's been 1 or 2 saves that probably I'd say unorthodox from distance, and also I've noticed as well the amount of shots from distance that these players are taking on free kicks in particular as well. I mentioned in my commentary last night that sometimes the experience of players around you would not tell you not to do those situations.
Well, 2 coaches hoping that their side obviously can eke out a win today. Chinese Taipei with just the 1 point from 2 games. It's more imperative for them. At least Hong Kong have got the 3 points from their first match, which always eases any pressure that there might be.
Yeah, it's massive always in your first game of any group stage that if you pick up 3 points. This was the ball I was talking about earlier. I think that's a decent run there in the end, but overhit it. That's how Indonesia really got their joy towards the end of that second half, where got the ball out wide a lot early, got a lot of crosses in. Also that little ball over the top as well.
Free kick. It's always interesting to us to notice the names that are on the backs of the shirts. We show George there with his name. Here's Pen Wushu, the Chinese Taipei coach. Not in the job very long, the under-23 job. Just referring there to George, he's an interesting character. He's 37 years of age and made his international debut, full debut, at 36. Not many players can say that. This one steered away to safety. Imagine that, making your debut at 36. Never too late. So throwing for Hong Kong to be taken by Wang. Let's see if he's got the long one. It's a high one, that is for sure. Oh, and a poor header. And that's a dreadful goal to concede. It really is. And the goal is scored by Tang. Well, he's the player we picked out before kick-off, and I think we got it right. Less than 5 minutes on the clock, 1-0 Hong Kong.
Well, he did, but the goalkeeper, again, has to be at full here. Pan, you go into an area, you've got to come and punch that. If you're going to come that far, you're going to have to dominate your box a lot more. And then just a free header there from Tan. His goal from his first game as well. It's a poor goal to concede, especially from a throw-in early on. But the goalie didn't do himself any favours there. You come that far, you've got to come and punch it. He didn't. He decided to go back on his line.
A lovely moment for Tang, though. He scored in both games now. He got the second goal against Laos. So he's given the lead here. The thing that the Hong Kong players will think now is any throw-ins, they're going to be under great pressure if that's the way they respond to them.
Any throw-ins, any set plays now, I'd be saying just put it on the goalie now.
Chinese Taipei trying to come straight back. And that's a looping ball in. Led across there by Huang. Here's Huang. He'll take the throw. He hasn't got a problem with the name on his shirt. Not as long, but at least he's found one in there. Hooked over the head, but straight to goalkeeper Ho Yuen. That early goal really does settle you down, doesn't it? If you're Hong Kong, it really unsettles you if you're Chinese Taipei.
Yeah, it will do.
Means they've not scored and they've conceded 5 times already in the tournament.
Certainly just deals with the confidence. Again, they're going long, going direct.
Yeah, just have to be aware not to get into offside positions. But that back line already looks vulnerable. For Hong Kong, it means they've scored 4 and conceded just 1 so far, so an ideal start for them. Maybe without stressing the point too much, that European experience from Nando and Jordi can count for something.
Certainly will come into play as the tournament progresses on.
And that is Nando. He's 25 years of age, I say, from Barcelona. He was voted the Player of the Year in Hong Kong in 2014. He's got work to do here, maybe. Leaves it actually to his colleague, and the clearance will be affected. He's very much the one who marshals that defence, isn't he, Nando?
He will be. That experience is absolutely vital. Mentioning some of the decision making of these youngsters in this final third, not just this game but the tournament in general. It's interesting to see that I've seen a lot of managers go for a goalkeeper and a centre half as their over 23 player. I think it's absolutely vital. You just have that experience there.
Just think that Hong Kong made those 4 changes, though. You know, they've just won a game 3-1. You might not be too pleased if you were left out after that sort of a scoreline. He'll have had his reasons, will the coach? I suppose in another way it gives an opportunity to other players in the squad to settle into it when they are needed. They don't feel as unusual with the surroundings. Oof, is onside here. The flag stays down. Surely number 2, it is. Oh, the defence has gone AWOL yet again, and Hong Kong racing to a 2-0 lead, and Georges, the man from Spain, has got the 2nd goal here. He plays for the Kichi club in Hong Kong. Where was the defence? He looked offside there.
They keep a very, very high line. I mentioned the ball in behind right at the start of the game. That's something that Hong Kong can really capitalise on. Man of his experience one-on-one, just composes himself brilliantly. Side-footed into the net. 2 very, very cheap goals to give away, but certainly doing Hong Kong's goal difference a world of good.
He never looked like missing.
No, he didn't. The minute he went through, he was always in control of the shot.
It's funny, isn't it? Some players in that sort of a situation, they can be like rabbits in the headlight, but he just looked totally confident, knew exactly what he was going to do, and slipped it past the keeper, no problem.
Some of these youngsters, when you go through on goal, you have a lot of time to think about it, and you kind of think, where do I go? And watching Syria last night, 1 or 2 opportunities going towards the near post when they should have gone across. I mean, this could be a very, very long half for Chinese Taipei, because they've not started very well. Defence look very, very vulnerable, and it's the one ball that's really hurting them.
Just worth a reminder that there are 3 overage players allowed in the squad. It does look a bit offside to me.
It is. I mean, when you see it again, but you have to give the benefit of the doubt because it is that tight. I think the lines would have known he was certainly offside with that.
Well, the thing about him is he would have known possibly, but of course you don't let that affect you at all. You just get on with it, don't you? And go on and get the 2nd goal. Dream start for Hong Kong. horrible start for Chinese Taipei, whose goalkeeper's in the thick of things again now. Pan. Not nice for keeper to be picking the ball out of his net twice in the first 10 minutes.
No, not really. I mean, he certainly has to take an element of responsibility for the first goal. The mistake to come all that way and not go for the parry. Second goal, stayed as big as long as possible, but surely he had that experience and composure to play it past him. I mean, they are looking for that ball over the top every single time. It's the high line that Chinese Taipei are looking to play, but in the goal was just lack of experience from the centre half, going tight when you know the ball's going to go in behind.
The centre half is actually the only young one in the back line, because their three overage players are the goalkeeper, who's 26, the left fullback, who is 25, and Wang Rui, who is also 25. So three of the back line are overage players.
Yeah, when Chen went forward and just got caught ball watching a little bit.
It's an easy game from here, isn't it? It always was from the commentary box. It can happen to any team, but it was the last thing that Chinese Taipei could afford. They've now conceded 6 times, and they might make that 7 in a moment. They're on the back foot yet again, but they do have 3 back. As Georges makes a nuisance of himself once more and will get the free kick. Oh, he's had a good start, hasn't he? To give him his full name, it's Georges Tares Paramo. Yeah, he's old manned him as well there.
Yeah.
Although the defender was the 25-year-old Wang. So, can they make it 3 with the free kick to come from Kwai Lam? Plenty in here, plenty in red shirts available. I think the whistle have gone anyway, but it's wide from this man who's really in focus, isn't he? He's the central figure in this game at the moment.
Yeah, he got a good run just across Chow there. Just got quite a directed header. It was a difficult one, which is just going a little bit behind you. He certainly looks up for it. He's led from the front really well. The runs that he's made have been excellent so far.
My overall feeling from the 2 games we saw yesterday, you and I saw the first of the games together, and then you went off to another match from the one I was covering, but is that everybody's got 2 or 3 really good players,
yep.
And some of the others sort of fill in the holes almost, without being too disrespectful to them. Others may come to the fore as the competition progresses. But they've all got 2 or 3 really good players. That's cleverly done. Nice play, and once again that back line is in trouble. They just don't get the ball away convincingly. This time they did manage to get it up to halfway. It's going to come their way again. More width about the Hong Kong side. They've had this lovely start to the match. And even when Chinese Taipei get a toe in, they succeed in giving the ball back to the opposition. This will be a goal kick. 14 minutes played, Hong Kong lead by 2.
It's been a perfect start, really has. Gifted an early goal from a long throw. They seem to be on the front foot. They just seem a little bit fresher, just with that extra game's rest that they've had.
Yes, just to reiterate, there are 5 teams in this group. Some groups only 4. And the match is being spread around different stadiums in the west of the country, all near Palembang, which is the joint host city, along with Jakarta. That's one for the goalkeeper. Is that his first touch of the ball? I think it may be. Ho Chun Nguyen, that's the goalkeeper, plays for the Liman club. Lau. It's over the top, and again he's onside here. There's a man in the middle. George was in the middle, ready and waiting. But, this time, it's overrun by Chung. Nice enterprising stuff from Hong Kong.
I thought I've been really impressed with them early on. Certainly a game they probably felt, you know, you mentioned the changes that had been made. It may have felt that they were going to be stronger than Chinese Taipei with the games that they played, the fatigue that they're playing under at the moment. But they're playing to a good game plan. Might be a little bit direct early on, but it's certainly been very effective for them. The players know where the ball's going. And that's the big difference. You can see they play to a game plan. To the attacking players are playing a lot higher. Rather than everyone coming short for the ball and the ball's going over the top, they know the ball's going to be going over the top, so they're chasing onto it early. I'm amazed that the Chinese Taipei, the back four, just haven't dropped 5-10 yards. Stop that ball going in behind.
Nando, using all his experience, spreading the play out to Chung. Plays for Taipo, 2 or 3 players from that particular club. Quite a few play for Pegasus as well. There used to be a very, very famous old amateur club called Pegasus in England, who were forever reaching the FA Amateur Cup final, which was a big deal in the 50s. Basically, they were a university side. And it is Hong Kong again on the front foot. Offside there. Offside against Chung, who made his under-23 debut 4 years ago. So they've obviously spotted him early. Pan with the clearance. Already the possession back with those in red. The Dragons of Hong Kong. That's not a good ball. Let's see if the goalkeeper can find one of his own this time. Yes, he can. Bowls it out, underarm. We've not really seen Chinese Taipei put together a move as such yet.
Well, they haven't. They've got no dominating in midfield. Giving away the ball far too cheaply. Just like little areas there. Got to be braver. Just try and take an extra touch, even with players around you.
And it's all right for people like us to say, you know, it's a learning curve for them as well, but it's nothing more dispiriting than getting beaten just about every time you're out there.
Yeah, it is.
Especially when you don't score a goal.
No, it's morally sometimes demoralising for players to be in that situation.
Every touch seems to be going the way of Hong Kong at the moment as well. They're finding their men quite easily. And once again, they concentrate in the move down the left-hand side. Broken up by Huang. There's the goal scorer, first goal scorer that was. Tan. The coach, who is called Kenneth Kwok Karlok. Rolled out to Chen, the captain, who went to the University of Sport and is now with the National Sports Training Centre. He's actually won 34 senior caps and scored a couple of goals for the top team in Chinese Taipei. Which is based in Taiwan. A rather eerie atmosphere around at the moment. Always difficult when there are so many empty seats. But I'm sure those who are here are enjoying it. I think he thought he was going to go out there. In the end, he decides to give his goalkeeper a bit of work. And then Nando will just amble forward. Finds Lau, the captain of the side, who's actually trained with the likes of Barcelona and Aston Villa. Long and hopeful. I don't think we've ever had a Hong Kong player. It's 2-0, as you can see. I don't think we've ever had a Hong Kong player playing in the English Premier League.
Not that I'm aware of.
No, and yet, I forget who it is this year, there is a player who has arrived, and it makes it 100 and something countries that have been represented in English Premier League football now.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
When back in the day it was just the 3 foreigners that you were allowed. Now it's just a multitude of different nations.
Yeah, it is incredible. But it's a stroll in the park at the moment for Hong Kong.
Well, it really is. It's very, very difficult to mark against. I mean, Chinese Taipei are just looking to sit back every single time. Even for me, that's a fairly high line, just what they're playing at the moment. And the ball just creeps up to the halfway line.
I've remembered which country it is, by the way. It's the Philippines. The first ever player from the Philippines this time for an English Premier League side. That's going to be a free kick. Against Chow.
Yeah, sometimes you need that, just put a tackle in, put a foul in or something, just to try and give the players a little bit of a lift when you're not really having too much of the ball, you're not really creating any opportunities. Just say sometimes, just go and put a challenge in, it just might just give the team a little bit of a lift. This is really important now, they just keep the ball for a period of time, which they've really struggled to do.
Throw in for Hong Kong. They got that very early lead inside the first 5 minutes from Tang Chung Lok. Might have increased it to with a second goal from Georges Paramo. And we're just about halfway through the first half, and that's a splendid tackle. That's the first time they've really had to make a tackle, and the one who did so was the captain. Onside again here, the flag stays down, keeper's miles off his line. Necessary intervention, at least he was in the right place with Wang to clear it when he had to do.
Well, again, ball over the top, just see how high the line is. Keeper in absolute no man's land. Strange really, because the first 2 games he's pulled save after save after save. Even in the 4-0 defeats at Indonesia, first half he was absolutely excellent, but I don't know, he must have had a bad night's sleep, because at the moment he's everywhere.
He would have had no chance of that. It would have looked embarrassing if the ball had located the number 6 who was coming in. Tan would certainly have had a second goal for himself. A corner from Lam. There was Tan again. Oh, just too easy, isn't it? You wouldn't say it was a great height difference, but the skipper there, Lau, was in like a rocket.
It's a great delivery. It's a perfect one coming in from Lam Carway. Just gets underneath it a little bit, almost timed his run perfectly, but still a decent effort there from the captain.
Well, Hong Kong will be delighted with this. I mean, they're just so much in control.
Yeah.
They must be thinking we can get half a dozen today.
Well, they'll know that the bigger test will lie ahead against Palestine and Indonesia. Laos, no disrespect to them, you probably feel that they could probably get points against them as well, so it's really important that they got off to a good start.
4 forward in red again. Here comes that first goal scorer, Tan. Plenty of blue shirts back there to defend. As the ball breaks to Long. No free kick this time. The referee from Malaysia with a good view of things, Mr. Shukri. Oh, that's a lax moment. Took his eye off the ball at the crucial second, didn't it? It does enable Chinese Taipei to break through the centre circle. 2 ahead. Can they find something here? One of the rare opportunities they've had at the other end of the field. They've been defending for, what, 80% of this match. That was a bit naive. Well, amazingly, they've still got the chance. Hong Kong would have been disappointed if they conceded there, because they had ample opportunities to get rid of the ball, which they do now. Well, the one in that back line who's looked reasonably steady so far has been Wang Rui. He was the one who conceded a corner, but at least he's been in the right place to do that. Just drifting at the moment. Just waiting for something to happen, and that's good. That was better from the Chinese. You do expect the People's Republic of China to progress in world football because of the amount of money that's being spent there. Colossal, isn't it? And players, you know, Paulinho, I see, has gone back there as well, because his career really took off again amazingly. Then he left Brazil to go there, and, but he's decided to go back.
That's a strange one. John Driscoll and I were talking about that. Just seems there's no structure in China to really excel and get players to come from there to play in the top leagues in the world. So I mean, you look at South America and teams like, you know, countries like that seem to get the best out of it. But China, whether or not the infrastructure of developing players is not quite there, because they've got the number of people to do it, but they just don't seem to find too many coming out from there.
Well, Guangzhou Evergrande have reached the Club World Cup finals on a couple of occasions. There's certainly plenty of money there. Goal kick by Pan, 26 years of age, only ever played for one club, Tatung. Here's the number 17, Su, plays for Han Wen. The Hong Kong coach might well look reasonably pleased and calm. Lau. Nando. You think the two centre-halves being able to pass the ball around between themselves, which is exactly what they do now, again right on cue. Two-0 the scoreline, 27 minutes gone, 18 to play in this opening half.
Well, I did say right at the start of the game, could Hong Kong start on the front foot, take the game to Chinese Taipei, and they've done that in every single area.
It's that ball over the top every time, isn't it, that they don't spot.
I mean, I think the one thing that Hong Kong could have taken from the game against that, they had 20 shots, but only 5 on target. So they are creating a lot of opportunities.
And they might create another one here now. He's perhaps just overdone it. Oh, actually, Chinese Taipei will be pleased because they're not conceded now for, what, 18 minutes?
Yeah, that's what happens sometimes. That's a really good point there, that concede an early goal. And I've been in those situations where you are struggling to keep clean sheets and you give away a sloppy goal and the confidence just gets zapped out of you. Concede another one, then you just think that the floodgate's going to open and it's going to be a high-scoring game. But say credit to them, they've sort of dug in a little bit. Not really doing too much in that final third, but little periods of play like this will sort of help them try and get up the field a little bit.
And the other thing that happens is the side that's got the early ascendancy sometimes tends to go to sleep a little bit because, you know, they feel as though the game's won already. They get complacent. A bit early to be thinking of complacency. They are strolling it. At least Chinese Taipei are pushing up this time.
See, the problem they have here is that Hong Kong are bringing the ball out. They're not having any pressure on them. So the back line has to drop, but the problem is the back line are playing a high line, and that's why the one ball over the top is happening. If you've got players pressing, then you can squeeze up, but they're squeezing up without anybody pressing. That's why the long ball can go over the top every single time.
Yeah, and they do have that just a bit of edge in pace. Was typified there by Tan. Tan Chun-lok with 2 goals already in this tournament. Plays his football in China, funnily enough, with Guangzhou Evergrande, with Guangzhou R&F. There are 2 top teams in Guangzhou, and they are just one of them. Almost intercept. They've just managed to keep the momentum. Back inside their own half. Now it is into a more advanced situation. Chance for Huang to cross one in. Always seems to be 3 or 4 red shirts. There was just nobody near the centre backs. They don't push up together. That's the situation of the game. 2-0 it is, and it has been since the 10th minute. So for Hong Kong, a really big test coming up on Friday when they meet Palestine. And it's a gruelling schedule. This time Pan does get his run right. It's incredible to think these fellas are playing 3 matches in 6 days.
Imagine the World Cup schedule being like that.
It's almost like the Christmas schedule back home. I think this will be just about kept in play. Well, needs a bit of nifty footwork here. He's done well to keep his balance, and there was a danger he was going to foul the opponent, but it is steered to safety by Su. Thought there'd be a free kick going somewhere along the line there, and it was Lam who conceded it.
They were brave there because they played a little ball around the corner. I think he won the ball there. I don't think there was too much on that foul. Su Yuche.
2 Lams in the Hong Kong lineup. That one was a Kawei Lam. The other one is Hinting Lam. Plays for the wonderfully named Dreams Football Club. Every boy has dreams of playing for football clubs at a high level. Not many get the chance. The right fullback, Long. He plays for Easton, rather less exotically named. Once again, it's that situation of one team having so much of the possession they can run out of ideas.
Alo. Alo. Tiếng hơi bé nhỉ.